Hey friends, Mark Holmes here with
Michael Anthony Fitness.
And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, this does not work. We have some breaking news on David Irving. Oh my God. It's been a roller coaster ride with him the whole off season. Apparently, he is actually in a rehab facility right now, and that's why he's not at training camp. Now it makes you kind of wonder, what was being reported before was he ended up not showing up for the drug test, and that's why he was being suspended for the 4 games. But the question is, has he failed not PED test, other tests? Because in order to be suspended and being on the list, you have to fail, I believe it is 3 tests before it is. So he may have already been in the program and we just didn't know about it. What?
They're trying to prevent the Gregory situation happening all over again. That's basically what they're doing.
Well, in a way, boy.
Because they don't want that Gregory situation to happen again where it gets suspended for a year.
Well, the Cowboys, in a way, he got lucky because it wasn't the PEDs. Had it been the PEDs, it would have been 8 games. And then now you've got the weed. Now,
they're doing a smart thing by putting him on rehab if it's like an occurring event.
Well,
and they're trying to prevent it so they don't have another incident again where they're throwing away talent.
Well, this is true. He's got to get his stuff together. I mean, clearly there's a lot of things going on. But now, here's the, when you start looking now at the baby mama drama and the things that she had said before out there talking about the failed drug test. Well, we thought it wasn't a failed drug test. We thought it was lack of showing up for drug testing because of the PEDs. This kind of says that if he was being suspended for the substance abuse, then that means he had failed some in the past. Now, immediately when you fail one, you don't get suspended. It ends up being basically your warning and you're tested then on a regular basis. So the original information we got definitely wasn't the whole picture. And hopefully, like I said before with Randy Gregory, that, football is great. It's a wonderful career if you can make it out there and make a whole lot of money, the limelight and stuff. But you got life to deal with, and there's a lot of moving parts with this between David Irving getting his life together, his family situation, and it's kind of bad. What are you thinking?
What about that player on the Browns is going through something similar?
Well, Josh Gordon, Gordon,
but he's been having this since high school.
Yeah.
So same issue, and he's finally going to get help.
Well, the thing about it is, when people become a celebrity, you kind of put them on a pedestal and you think differently about them. But the reality is, just because you play football doesn't mean that you're any different and have the same kind of problems and issues than you or me have. Everybody thinks that, oh, you're a professional football player, so you are not like me. But the reality is people are. And that's where anytime a player messes up, everybody's like, oh my God, a football player messed up. But if you take a cross section of society, if you take 1,000 people randomly, what you're going to find out, you're going to find that there's some alcoholics. You're going to find out there's some that might be a pedophile or a rapist. You might find some that are a loudmouth trash talker. You might find some that are just bad with money. And then, of course, you're going to find things that are people who are just, up and up great people and stuff. But football players, just because you're famous doesn't mean you don't have those kinds of issues. And we always try and equate and say, you've got all kinds of money. Why are you messing up? Well, how is it any different than somebody who, that you smoke weed on a regular and just are addicted to smoking weed? Well, just because you play football doesn't mean you can't have that issue. You do. And in the end, these problems and issues are bigger than him just playing football. We want him out there. We want to see him get 7 sacks in 8 games and things like that. But he's got to get his body and mind right. Amen to that. So clearly, this is kind of a tragic situation here. But it's never too late to make changes. So we'll see what happens. All right. It's been the day from hell. Having a hard time getting going. Have to change the plans because now we can't start on the bathroom just yet. So I've actually got to go take care of Mama. Mama does a lot of canning and her hood is not working, so we got to change that
That's right.
and pick up materials for these other jobs. But of course, we'll always, because job number one is to keep you guys informed on our Dallas Cowboys. I'll see you at the next update.